call this meeting of the Daly City Small Business Commission to order. Today's date is October 9th, 2025, and the time is 7:18. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Let's do a roll call to confirm attendance.
Commissioner Wei Miko Zen. Vice Chair John Peña-Zarada.
Present.
Chair Amaral Radwan.
Present.
Commissioner Bautista should be joining us, and Commissioner Carson is absent.
Okay. Hopefully Commissioners Batista will be here. Okay, let's do the approval of the September 11th, 2025 meeting minutes. If folks can review them. All right, any changes or additions to or updates to the meeting minutes? If not, I can get a motion.
Yeah, motion to move it.
Okay.
I approve it.
Second?
A second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, next on the agenda is a presentation from the Daly City Colma Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening. My name is Tom Norris. I'm the president of the Chamber of Commerce, and happy to be here this evening to make our second report. We did last year, you recall, giving you an update on what the Chamber of Commerce is doing in our town and some of the things that are important relative to where we're going in the future and what we'd like to see, happen in our town. I have some material that I've put before you, and basically there's three pieces. One is a large packet, and it basically shows all the activities that we either sponsored, co-sponsored, attended, tabled at, basically representing the Chamber of Commerce since, I guess, about the last 8 months, from March to the present. And it's a variety of things that reach a lot of members of our community. And I would just point out that some of the things are sponsored directly by us, others we co-sponsor, others we attend and basically represent all of the business community. And then just at a lot of the celebrations that we have, like the various flag raisings of the various communities, the Filipino community, the Samoan community. I think we have the Italian community coming up. Is that next Monday? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, the 13th. This Monday? It is coming up. Colma also raises the flag. So I'm going to go to that flag raising, I think, 3 or 4 days later. So the Italian flag gets raised twice in this area. But we do a lot of stuff like that, and obviously you're aware that we do with businesses that come into town and open their businesses. We will do ribbon cuttings for them, feature them on our email Outlook piece that goes every month as new members. and just try and support them as much as we can to, help them grow their business in Daly City. So I would leave that with you, and, you can go through that and see the various things that we're doing. But two of the other pieces of information that I left for you, one is that it has basically says list date, number on, and it basically is a list of what outreach we do. And as you can see, it starts where we were in 2024, and the list date that you see there, the first one says 1/14/2024. We get these lists that come from the city, and I'm not sure, Maybelle, if your department does it or if it's the Business License Bureau. I think it's one of the two that send us the new people that take out licenses.
Oh, I do that.
Oh, you do? Okay, I wasn't sure if that came from you directly or where it came from. But for example, on 1/14/24, we received a list. There were 41 names of businesses on that list. And then on May 30th, 2024, we sent out a welcome letter to them, email to them, basically telling them about the Chamber of Commerce, what we do. And then the open rate was 72%, because we can tell with our program, you send out the email, you know what they're doing. And then after that, they downloaded, 9 of them downloaded all of our material. And so these were basically the mailings that went out from January of 2024 through February of 2025 that we received from the city, that we followed up with, sent it out, and then we saw the rate of opening, which is a pretty good high rate. Now, what happens after that? If we get a contact from them and they want to join, they join, or we provide them with other information. But everyone that we get, all of the, for example, the first one, the 41, all 41, whether they respond or do anything, they go on our database contact list. And then from then on, we send them all of our stuff that we always send out, which would be our marketing, promotional information, educational stuff, invites to the events that we have through the city that we're doing. Unless, of course, they click unsubscribe. But that doesn't happen that often. So everyone that gets put on the list then continues to be followed up with. And what we would like to do is get to the point where, we could do further outreach. But right now, we're trying to grow our staff, see if we can put a staff person that's working that will work in our office at least part-time. And then if we have that will allow our Chief Executive Officer, Felicia Leong, to get out more and to actually go out that and then have some people working more in the office. And by the way, Felicia, many of you know Felicia. Felicia apologizes she can't be here. As Maybelle knows, she broke her kneecap when she was on vacation in the Philippines. Oh my gosh, it's been
Ouch.
probably a couple of weeks. And then she came back. She had surgery 2 weeks ago. And so she can't walk, she can't do anything. And for somebody that is the energy person like her, it's driving her nuts because she's still trying to do what she can, but she just can't get around. Mm-hmm. So she would have been here tonight also. She sends her regards and her apologies for not being here. But you know what? We told her, don't even try. You need to do what your doctors tell you. So she is our main person as far as our staff. We also have Allison Wilson, who does a lot of work for us. And then we have a 20-member board. And our board of directors are basically people that are members of the chamber who are elected by the membership to be the board of directors. And so out of that, we have the president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary. And they do those various functions. And then all of the directors, basically, they're hands-on. They basically put on the activities. They do the outreach, and there's so many things that we do during the course of the year, and it's all done by the volunteers for the most part who are our directors. So I give them a lot of credit. And these are all people that are, they're busy people, but they make the time and they do the events and they really do what we need to do to make the Chamber of Commerce efficient. So Any questions on this first list, which was the one that I told you that came from the city, and then how we tried to do our outreach?
No,
Actually, I have a quick question.
Yeah, of
The-
course.
The number on the list, that 41 on the first line,
Uh-huh.
is that 41 businesses?
Yes, those
Okay.
would be the 41 new
New.
businesses.
Okay.
For example, 1/14/2024, City of Daly City sends us the list of the new business applications, and there are 41 of them.
Nice. Okay.
And so going down the line, that's the number in each batch that came to us. And then we sent the batch out on the next date, and then we tried to track what our response was as far as openings and then downloads. But then all of them, again, all of that 41, the 42, the next time, every time down, they all get put onto our database and we send out to everybody. So then we have more opportunities to, get the word out, what's going on, and see if we can, generate some more interest. Okay, looking at the next sheet, which, the one that says 233 members, this kind of breaks out from basically January of 2023 through actually the 7th of October, what our membership count is. And we have 233 members right now, but we break it out by location in the first chart. And Daly City, we have 109 members. That's 46, almost 47% of the chamber. And then you can see where it's broken out by neighborhoods. And that's kind of like the demographic. The town of Colma, because we're the Daly City Colma Chamber of Commerce, has 24 members right now. And that's the corridor where we see a lot of them as far as that goes, where their businesses are. And then we have another 100 members that are through the north end of the county, businesses that do business in Daly City, but maybe their offices maybe aren't here. So another 100. So altogether, we have 233 members right now. The goal, obviously, is to continue to grow the organization as much as we can. And it's moving in that direction, and it just takes time, but the word gets out and people bring somebody else when they go to a meeting, and so that's how things get done. You can see what our growth has been. Starting back in January of 2023, we're at 110, and then the following year it went to 137. From 24 to 25, it went to 196. And from January to now, we're up to 233. So it continues to grow. And membership is, it's kind of like a sliding scale depending on how many employees you have. So if you are like, Ceremony Shopping Center or PG&E or whatever, you pay a higher amount than a small business. Such as myself. I mean, I'm an attorney. I have my office. I have one employee. So my rate's like $195. It just changes depending on how many people you have. But that's our membership right now, the 233, and that's kind of how it breaks out in our growth pattern up till now. So we just want to keep trending it upward. Any questions on membership?
yeah. Can you sort of break down some of like the most active types of businesses that are in this membership?
Well, you know what? It's just depends. We have, like for example, like on our board of directors right now, we have the marketing manager from Ceremony Shopping Center. We have a representative from PG&E. We have a couple of realtors. We have the owner of the health club.
Crunch.
No, not Crunch. Bob McClellan's up there. His
Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness. God, I just saw Bob yesterday. Bob, if you're out here and you're watching, sorry, Planet Fitness, and we have insurance people that were in insurance. We have Daisy Lee, who is basically, she runs her own foundation and basically has a food service business. So it's a lot of different people. Then we have a lot of people that have small restaurants also, and then we try and support those members by when we have meetings and events to go to them and basically buy from them. Lucky Chances, another big sponsor as far as that goes. Toyota, Daly City Toyota. So a lot of different businesses. Yeah, it's pretty, wide range. I would just say that the good thing about it is that people are coming from a lot of different points of view and have different needs. And, we share all of that information together. And, we're trying to do what we can. Obviously, we were just saying before the meeting, you have the October 18th Top of the Hill event coming. That's going to be a whole new area of Daly City, Top of the Hill and the businesses there that would be great to get them more invigorated and involved. And I think that the events like that are going to continue to bring interest, and we'd like to grow that as well, too. So those are the kind of businesses that we have, and everyone is welcome. Let's just put it that way.
Great.
Anything else on our membership and our breakout?
Commissioners.
So let me just tell you, the rest of our year, these are our events. On November 14th, we have our Turkey Bowl, which is the bowling tournament. And we do that every year. I don't know how many years it's been going on, many, many years. Already it's sold out, and it's in November. It sold out a few weeks ago. 60 lanes have all been bought at $399 a lane. All the businesses, and we got a lot of competition. The police departments, the fire departments, Coma, Daly City, and all the businesses that buy lanes, and they really get into it. If you've ever been to it, you really will see the energy that goes in there. Matching shirts coming with props, and of course, they're very competitive. And the main thing that we do with that one is we raise money for the chamber, and then a portion of that also goes to our scholarship program. The scholarship program is one of our larger programs, and a lot of our activities raise money for that. This last year, we gave 40 scholarships to students that go to school in high school in Daly City, moving on to higher education. And they were right in this chamber. All of them came in this room, and they all got their scholarships. Their families were there. We had meals for them afterwards, and it was just a really great way of, keeping in touch with what's going on with our younger people too. So that's another event that we're very proud of. So we have our Turkey Bowl coming up in November. That's going to be really successful. It will raise money for the scholarships and other programs. The next thing that we have is the Mayor Walk. That every year we do 2 Mayor Walks, myself and the city mayor, and Maybelle, and usually Felicia. But I don't know who's going to go with her because she's not walking. So we pick an area of Daly City, and we'll go visit 4 or 5 businesses, see what their concerns are, and just visit and just, be present in the community. Where are we going to be walking this time around? Do you remember?
City Heights.
City Heights. Okay, yes, okay. Just where that car dealership is. Great. So that's going to be coming up November 7th. And then the last thing for this year, just to let you what the rest of our activities are, is the gala event that we have for business recognition. And we recognize large business, middle-sized business, and small businesses. And we give them Business of the Year awards and recognize them. And this year's event will be up at Skyline College at the Farallon Room. So it'll be a beautiful event. I hope we have a nice view that night, because it can be either very bleak or it can be beautiful. So that is the last thing that we do for this calendar year. I guess the way that I can wrap it up is you have this final sheet that is the benefits of our membership. And these are the things that, we pull out and basically try and use as our speaking points when people say, what does the chamber do for you? Why should I become one? And you can see advocacy, networking, education and resources, our community involvement, recognition, of your businesses through our newsletters and awards and spotlights, and then the member-to-member support that we have when we have our referrals and when people call the office and ask, who do you have in town that does this or does that? And then, we do have our mixers that we have during the course of the year where businesses come and do the networking. We just had one. We do it every year at Dave and Buster's at Seremani. And we had, close to, I think, about 160 people that came to that and all basically had a nice time. We pass the microphone around. They get up and they say what their business does and, where they can be found. And people do a lot of connecting. And that's one of the things that we do as well. So I would leave you with our benefit sheets here because it basically would say it better than me just sitting here and reading it to you. But I think really my own personal experience is that I was involved in the Chamber of Commerce. I'm an attorney, as I told you. And I was involved in the Chamber of Commerce when I first opened my offices here in Daly City. And we're talking about, I've been practicing law here for 47 years, a long time. That's when I first started. And I was involved in the Chamber of Commerce in the early 80s and was president of it actually in 1987. And then I did my stint with the Chamber. I did stuff. I sat up there on commissions where I'm still right now on the planning commission and we're on the school board. So I did other things. So then I got called back last year and they said, you've been involved. Come to one of our directors meetings, and just tell us how was it back in the old days. And so they asked me if I wanted to join the board of directors again. I said, sure. So the very next meeting, they elected me president. So here I am. So I have the time now, too, because I'm not really doing any other things. I still practice law full time because my youngest son is now going to law school for his first year.
Nice.
And so he says, Dad, hang in there for at least 3 years, so then you can get out and I'll take over the practice.
There you go.
Which is good for me. He'll be fine. So, I'm working every day. And then I do this as part of what I do as well. So that's kind of like the chamber in a big nutshell.
Hey.
Can I answer any other questions? Or if I can't, I'll get the answers for you.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say thank you for coming and presenting. And just a quick one. The events that you mentioned specifically for the chamber, would you have to be a chamber member to attend those? Or are those?
No. Most of the events
I
that we...
figured like the turkey one. was
Yeah,
like,
that one, you know what? I mean, the members buy those up so quickly. It's
Yeah.
just amazing. And then it comes to the end where people have said they want one, and it's like a lane, and it's like, well, whoever gets the money in first gets it. It's a mad rush, to get it all in. It's been very successful. But people come that are not members also as guests. All are welcome as far as that goes. And but it's primarily, our members that do come.
Yeah.
And people that come with them, then a lot of times then say, hey, this is a pretty good group, and they end up joining, and so they get the benefit as well, and so do we, being able to have more with them.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
we appreciate the opportunity also to come and present. We appreciate the opportunity to work with Maybelle and her department, because you know what? Daly City is a good-sized city, but it's not that big. And it's the kind of city where we all kind of know each other, or should, and that's part of the beauty of it, that we're big enough to do things, but we're small enough to still be personal and know who your public officials are, know who is in the neighborhood as far as businesses, and it's just great to be able to support each other.
Well, please also send our best to Felicia on a
will.
speedy recovery.
If she's
We missed
watching tonight, Felicia, just stay home, and we missed you tonight, but we did okay.
Commissioners, any comments or questions?
No, this is great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, well, we'll probably see you on the 18th.
Thank you again.
Yeah, at the Top of the Hill event. That's going to be great.
Yeah,
Yep, we will be there.
we'll be there.
Yeah, we will be there.
Thank you. Thanks, Maybelle. Take care. Good night.
Good night.
Right.
All right, that was great. Always nice to get a refresher on the chamber. So, okay, next on the agenda is some discussion items or item number 3, the cannabis updates. Maybelle?
Yes, so this is just to notify that we will be shutting down the cannabis application portal. So prior to this, if you wanted to be a cannabis operator in the city, you had to wait until the portal was open, which basically just meant that we were accepting applications. It was usually a 1-month window around this time, October to November, and then it took a couple of months to process. There were some people that, started a lease in January, had to wait 10 months to apply. So we thought that it would be a lot more beneficial if we just accepted applications on a rolling basis. This was prior to my start here in the city, and the idea back then was that there was going to be a huge influx of applications from operators, which there never really was. So we're just going to do away with it altogether and just let the less friction for business operators to apply for their licenses, the better, so we can get them up and running. That was all.
That's great. So let me just sort of summarize or make it a little easier. We're basically making it easier for folks to go through the process then, right?
Yes.
So it's like one less big step for them.
One less, yes.
Okay.
They still have to apply.
Absolutely.
The application is still the same. We still need to do background checks and all fingerprinting, security checks, and all of that. But you don't have to wait for a portal to open for
open
you
up.
to apply.
Excellent. Great. Thank you. Commissioners, any thoughts, feedback, questions?
Check. Okay. Hello. The light's off. That's why. You mentioned that we thought there was gonna be a big influx of applicants, but there wasn't any. Why do you think why that's the case?
Why it's the case that there isn't an influx?
Yeah. Or was there not a big interest of applicants?
I think that there's a lot of factors for that. It costs a lot of money to start a business, I'm sure, as you all know. And cannabis is even more, about 2.5 times probably of a regular business. So there's that, there's not having the capital. I think that the way the cannabis industry kind of, the market trend
Yeah.
has kind of, that green rush that happened when all the propositions passed and we went from medical to recreational passed. It just isn't there anymore. The interest has waned on starting it. It's to some people, it could be a lot of, trouble to have to try to get into a business like that.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. Thank you.
But we still welcome them. Daly City is still open
Absolutely.
for business for
Absolutely.
I
cannabis
mean, we did
operators.
a re-sectioning or a re-zoning.
Yeah, we definitely amended the ordinance to include equity components to it. I will be applying for the next phase of the cannabis equity grant with the state.
Yes.
That's due in December, so we'll find out if we get some funds for implementation of this program.
Cool. So there were still opportunities for those that may want to look into it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we still have zones open too
Yeah.
for operators.
Great. Okay. Next up on the agenda, do you have any questions or feedback?
No.
Okay, you good? Okay.
Yeah, good.
Announcements and communications. I have a couple, but before I go in, just wanted to find out if my fellow commissioners have any announcements or communications.
For me, it's just the excitement of the Top of the Hill
Yes.
festival, street festival, and just a shameless plug on my end. Me and Commissioner Bautista, we're doing demos of fitness and martial arts on Hillcrest Street, which is right off of Mission, starting at noon. We'll be doing demonstrations with how to, just be active in the community. And then at the same time, we'll have booths, martial arts booths. We'll have some chiropractors come out And so, Top of the Hill, the 18th, come on out, check it out. We have a pretty dope headlining artist coming out too. So, Top of the Hill Day City, October 18th, come on out.
And you can buy this merch.
Oh, there's merch.
there.
Oh, what's the merch?
This
Is it Daily City?
the merch.
What's the front say?
Yes.
Okay.
Top of the hill. Daily
Oh
Okay.
my God, are you,
Oh,
I want
beautiful.
that now.
Beautiful.
Yes, this will be there. There will also be some exclusive drops exclusively at the festival as well.
Amazing.
We've been selling this since Fog Fest at Kasayahan. We sold it, so there's a lot of great interest in the merch. It just the merch alone.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I just wanted to plug that. Show it off real quick.
Yeah. Second annual. It's going to be huge.
It's gonna be massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of Top of the Hill, just curious if there's any updates around the P bids. And I will say that there was that plot of land that I mentioned in our last meeting on the corner of John Daly and Hillside. It's been
City-owned.
open. Yeah. It's awesome. I've been seeing them working on it, and they're like transforming it. And I don't know what they're transforming it to, but it's like they cleaned out all the weeds. And
For
they're-
the festival.
yeah, yeah. Well, I figured it was for the festival, but you know, as a top of the hill resident and like
It's nice to
community
see.
member, it's so nice to see.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I hope we can like keep it that way. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe we could even do, other things there temporarily, like what do you call that? Off the grid
Off the
type
grid,
of
yeah.
situations, pop-up situations, something definitely we can discuss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were there any updates in terms of like the PBIT stuff?
Yes, I do have a
that
couple of
you can share?
announcements. Thank you for
Okay,
bringing that
yeah.
up, Chair Amro. On top of the festival, lots of goings on October 27, we have a virtual meeting at 5:30, and you all will get all of this information. That is for our PBID property owners and business owners will be invited to that specifically. And this is, just more of a temperature gauge to see what the interest is, to see if we can identify members of a potential steering committee who can champion this. And then there is on the 28th, October 28th, a in-person meeting at 9 a.m. here at City Hall in the chambers. Absolutely more than welcome commissioners to join that as well. We'll probably have some coffee out, maybe some light refreshments, but again, just an opportunity for the community that's going to be impacted the most by it, which is the property owners and business owners, to come and let us know what their feedback is, what their feelings are around this, and to see if this is even feasible for the city to do. And I know you missed it, sorry, Miko, last month, but we did have a presentation by our Property Business Improvement District consultant. So it's basically almost the kind of easy way to describe it is it's an HOA for businesses and properties.
I checked it out last night.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I definitely it's this morning. I checked it out. I watched the video on YouTube until this the 1 o'clock in the morning. I finished that and then I come to the meeting. Yeah, I finished it at midnight and I know what happened.
Okay,
But I
great.
think they need to look for more the property the
Yes.
property the owner, the
Yes,
landlord, not the
definitely.
business owner, right?
Yes, so this was kind of not a last-ditch effort, but I thought that, when I spoke with the consultant, I said, I think the city needs a little bit of a heavier hand, and that's why we created these two meetings for people to join. And again, virtually on the 27th at 5:30 p.m., and then in real life here at City Hall on the 28th at 9 a.m., just for the added convenience. And it's going to be the same exact meeting, so whichever is convenient for any one of you commissioners to join would be great, to just kind of let people know, what you think about it, especially as business owners yourselves, and what type of impact that can have and benefit that can have toward the proposed district.
All right, thank you.
Can I do one more, or does anybody want to?
Please.
Okay. So, as you know, last year we had our inaugural Small Business Engagement Day in November. November is coming soon. So, this November 13, we will have it again, second annual. It was a great turnout last year. I think that a lot of positive changes were made because of that Small Business Engagement Day with you guys, with you commissioners. And we'd love to see it again for those that missed it last year. And I think there's momentum building on that. So some business owners have said, I missed the last one, I wasn't in town or whatever it was. I would like to absolutely come and, speak to the commissioners. So it's basically same thing, same kind of meeting, but open format where we just open up to public comment, invite all the business owners, open it up to public comment to see what the feedback is, what the concerns are from our business community, and to see how we can help and assist and be here for them.
Awesome.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we like that.
Yes,
Looking forward to it.
yes, same. Purchasing policy because of that. What else? We stopped some evictions. Yeah, lots of good stuff happened.
Well, I have one more sort of, and hopefully this doesn't bring us down, but I did want to raise it in terms of like the Daly City Schools. So part of this, I was sort of trying to figure out how to tie it into economic development because we're at the Small Business Commission. But I'm going to just jump in and throw it out there. If folks have ideas, I think that's really just the ask, is just to maybe talk about it if you have ideas. So I serve on the Jefferson Elementary School District Budget and Facility Superintendent Advisory Committee, which is a mouthful. But I also serve as the president for the PTSO for Thomas R. Palacita, as well as the vice president for Woodrow Wilson Elementary School. And the school district's kind of in trouble right now, like in big trouble. So basically, in a nutshell, enrollment has been down for the last few years. And in California, dollars basically follow students in attendance. So with falling enrollment means fewer dollars for classrooms and like real cuts, which includes potentially cuts in teachers, staff, even maybe closing schools down. So it's kind of on that level now. But I really do feel like it's not just a school issue. It's also, it really is an economic issue here in Daly City. And I feel like if we can keep families staying here, especially if like daily life works for them, then I feel like it makes it a little easier for folks to stay within Daly City. There's a lot of issues. I think this is just like one of them. But some of the things I was thinking about was like, childcare, tutoring, youth activities, pediatric care, close to home, make it possible for parents to like live and work here. When those services are hard to access or are scarce, families leave and choose somewhere else. And then the issue is also empty seats in our schools then mean a lot less foot traffic to our merchants and businesses, and frankly, a weaker local economy. So the loop kind of goes both ways. So I think tonight I was just sort of like asking us to think of some ideas and maybe some simple concrete steps that could potentially at least contribute towards the conversation, if not help. And at the same time strengthen like our business corridors or support our local schools. The couple of ideas that I kind of brought up, and again, my intention here is to, like, as the Small Business Commission, think about what we can do within our limited powers to either get the word out or come up with some other ideas. But I was thinking, potentially creating some sort of like priority permit for childcare, tutoring, pediatric clinics, or youth activity-based businesses in the city. So, and there's a lot of ideas that I have around that, like on how we can do that. But I think, again, the idea is like businesses and services that support our families, find ways to support them. And I think if it is a for-profit small business, then making it as easy as possible for them to operate, renew, or start up. And then the other idea I was sort of like toying around in my head was maybe getting some sort of participation from businesses. And again, I don't know exactly how this could work, but like potentially selecting a date and or some times where businesses can pledge a percentage of their sales to like the school foundation or even the PTAs across the schools, and promote the night, family shop, dine local, whatever. But the idea is like, it would create immediate private dollars from the businesses, for our classrooms, and then build strong ties between families and local shops. Ultimately, this is like, it would benefit the merchants and businesses, more foot traffic, city promotion, and then like, lasting community goodwill. So, yeah, I kind of wanted to throw that out. Hopefully, we're not ending the meeting on sort of a negative note, but it's sort of just like, I'm raising the flag that,
Yeah.
it is pretty serious. As a father of 2 daughters in the district, it's just feels like my responsibility to definitely also bring it up and figure out ways that we can work with both our schools as well as the small businesses.
It's interesting that you bring that up, because as I'm thinking about the process and like you say, is a cycle from small businesses to community and who we have here, and if there's a lower enrollment, why is that? But at the same time, if we think about some of the small businesses in Daly City, and I just looked at those numbers again from the Chamber's report, that we're averaging probably 10 new businesses opening in Daly City a month from that report. And so it's sort of like there's a little bit of a contradiction, right? Like, okay, if there's that many businesses opening, that means there's a high potential to flourish, the economy flourishing in this area. And then at the same token, I mean, we can look at like the different youth programs that are based in Daly City and how successful they are. Like for example, I know the Westlake School of Dance is very successful in making an imprint in Daly City. And so, pardon me, I have to take my antibiotics. This is gonna have to take like obviously some studies and whatnot, and I like the idea of really leveraging the small businesses in which we can potentially create opportunities for them and then still spark community engagement in creating opportunities for the school district to create funds, right? So I think that would definitely be a something that we can throw some ideas in. My mind is already running, and I think we can potentially do some stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioner. I mean, and I think that's my intention. Is just like, and of course, I've kind of talked about this before this specific meeting. But I think that challenge is like, how do you tie, again, economic development to like supporting of our schools? And I think there are some ideas there, including, involving the small businesses.
We can definitely agendize this topic and maybe invite a district representative to come and report,
Okay.
and then we can discuss opportunities there.
Yeah. Thank you, Mabel.
Yeah,
course.
that's great idea. Yeah, so we can like see what we can do for them. So we can see what we can do for them, listen what they want to say, what they want, what exactly want. So maybe we can discuss it, how we can use our limited power to help them a little bit more. It's better.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, the situation is critical at this point. So, I think the sooner the better, and that would be amazing to agendize it on the next meeting. So
Things tend to die down for them in December, so perfect
Okay.
opportunity.
cool. Thank you.
I have one question.
Yes.
When is the legacy business due?
Usually during Small Business Week, which is typically the first week of May.
Okay. So our nominations are open still or no?
Always.
Okay.
Yes.
Always. Yes. All right.
We have 0 right now, so
Okay.
whenever you guys want to get those in.
I have a few that I want to put on the table. A couple.
All right. Any other announcements or communications? No. Anything from you, Mabel? Okay. Seeing that we don't have anyone for public comment, we will go ahead and adjourn. Thank you. Thank you all.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.